Okay, welcome to your new donated computer. We really hope you are happy with your new computer. You have Linux as your operating system. We have made this video just to show you a bit how Linux works. It's not that different from Windows or Macintosh, but there is a few things we want to show you. If you have any questions that are not covered in this video, we're just trying to keep it short. But if there is any questions, by all means go into Google or into YouTube. You're going to find loads of information there. So first of all, very quickly, we're going to go into this corner in here. So this is computer, just like on Windows or Macintosh. You're going to find your optical drive in here, your CDs. If you have an external hard drive connected, that's where you're going to find it, or a USB or a pen drive. That's where you will find it. This is your folder, where you will find your downloads, your documents, depending on how you want to save your documents, but that's where you will find it. Now, I want to call your attention to this corner over here. Yeah, I want to go here, so to this icon in here. If you are connected to the internet through a cable, that's it, an Ethernet cable, you're going to have a cable that is connected from your computer into your router. That's going to make it's going to make the connection straight away. You're not going to need to do anything else. If you need to connect through Wi-Fi, you need to go into the icon and right click. Now, first thing you need to do is to enable Wi-Fi. And now, if I click on here, I'm going to be able to see all the different networks. Now, if you don't see yours one here, go to more networks and it's going to give you a proper list. I want to connect to my CP guest, and it's going to open a new window, so I could include my password. You're going to find all this information in your router, okay? You will see which one is your network and which one is your password on your router. And that's it. Now I'm connected to the internet. Now, this is the sound. If I click it normally, it's going to give me a bar, and I can put it lower or higher. But why I want to show you about this is that if I right click it, it's going to show me sound preferences. Now, you might need to have a look at this if you, for example, are connecting speakers and you can't hear anything throughout the speakers. So then you want to go to sound, right click, open sound preferences. It's going to open this window, and if you go to output, if you go to hardware, you'll see your speakers there. And if you go to output, then you just select the speakers there. I don't have anything in here because I don't have any speakers. But if you do, you will see them there. You just need to select it. So if you have any problems, it's worth having a look in there. And now for the fun part. On this corner, moving to this corner over here, I'm going to go to menu. So under menu, I'm going to see here a list of all the programs that are already installed on my computer. Now you might be seeing it like this. It's entirely up to you, your computer, your way. I much prefer to see the full list of applications. Then you can have them separated, like for example graphics, and I've got an application here to organize my images, something to scan from a printer or a scanner. If I go to the internet, I've got Firefox, I've got transmission to download torrents. This is Office. This is one that you are probably gonna want to use a lot. So if you're used to using Microsoft Office programs like Microsoft Word or Excel, you are not going to be able to use those programs on your computer. You will have to use the alternatives, the Linux alternatives. Now, they are very, very similar, they're very intuitive, and they are fully compatible. So let's have a look at them. So if you, for example, want to write a letter or an essay and you're looking for Word in your mind, the one that you need to go is Office and LibreOffice Writer. So if I just click on it, it's going to open a program that is going to be very, very similar to Microsoft Word. And as I'm saying, it's fully compatible. So as you can see, yeah, I can just write in here just like I write on Microsoft Word. Now, the icons might look a bit different, but if you hover over it, you are able to see what they are. It might take you 1 or 2 days, to find out what you're doing. But as I'm saying, it's very intuitive, it's very, very similar to Microsoft Word. And the most important thing is that it's fully compatible. So if, for example, your friend sends you a document that is on Microsoft Word, when you receive it on your computer, when you double click on it to open it, it will automatically select LibreOffice Writer, and you will be able to see it. And in the same way, when you finish working with it, you save it, you send it to your friend opens it, and it's going to be able to use Microsoft Word to have a look at your document. So it's totally fully compatible. The same, I'm going to show you Excel, just in case you want to use Excel. But you've got also a version of PowerPoint as well. They're all compatible, and they're all very, very similar, as you can see in here. Okay, so that's your Office packages. And you've got sound and video here. And for example, I can see that my options for sound and video are very limited. Or I would like to see a bit more. Let's say, for example, I would like to have Spotify installed on my computer. How do I install this? So the way to do that is I'm going to go to Software Manager in here. Software Manager. I click on it, and it's going to open a new window. It takes a bit because it's got a lot of programs on it, so it's a bit heavy. But this is the program that we are going to use when we want to install programs. So this is it. So let's say we were looking for Spotify. So I'm going to go here onto the search bar, and I'm going to put Spotify. Press enter, and it's going to give me, hopefully, there we are. It's going to give me my program in here. So if I click on it, it's asking me if I want to install it, and yes, I want to install it. So I just install it, click on install. It's asking me for my password. And this is one of the reasons why we are saying Linux is so secure, and it doesn't need an antivirus, because every time you're going to modify your operating system, or you're going to do a modification to your computer, the software, the Linux, is going to ask you for permission to it. So first it's going to make you aware that something is requesting for this, and then it's just going to ask you to confirm that you want to go ahead. That's why it's very difficult for a program in the background to just install whatever they want. And that's it, it's installed now. If I want to remove it, I just press remove. But if I want to find it, I'll go back here to this corner, go back to the menu, I'll go back to sound and video, and there I have Spotify. I click on it. It's just going to open the program for me. Then I just have to log in. There we are. So let's say, for example, I want to find Firefox. Yeah? So if I press on Firefox, I know Firefox is installed, but let's say I don't like Firefox. I want to remove it. So I know Firefox is installed in here because it's giving me this green tick in here, okay? So if I double click, I know it's installed. I don't like it. I want to use Chrome. And I want to remove Firefox. So I just go here and press remove. I quite like Firefox, I'm going to leave it, but your computer, your way. If you want to remove it, that's the way to do it. So you're going to find, as I'm saying, lots of different programs. If I go for, so you know, you've got Minecraft, Skype, VLC to watch videos. I really recommend this one. If you don't have it, if you don't know what it is, install it. It's really good. But by all means, have a look. You know, you can go into categories, you can go into internet categories, and it's going to give you a list of, you know, the most common applications that you are going to find under internet. So by all means, have a look. And again, you can see Thunderbird is installed, Firefox is installed, they've got the green tick, Transmission is installed, okay? So it's a good way, this green tick is a good way to know what you have installed already. Let's think, for example, that you want to install Photoshop. You like to work with images, you want to install Photoshop, that's the program you normally use. So you are looking for Photoshop, and oops, it doesn't give us an option for Photoshop. What do we do? Okay, there is, again, with Linux, just like with Macintosh or Windows, some programs are not available for Windows, some are not available for Macintosh. You're going to find the same with Linux. So the way to do it is we open a website and we look for, we're going to go to a website that is called Alternative 2. Okay? And on this website, let's just put it in here. Oops. It's alternative2.net. So that's the website that we want to go for. Press enter. And this is our website. Now, on this search bar, you're going to put the program that you want an alternative for. So in this case, we want an alternative for Photoshop, because we can find it on our software manager. And it's going to find, well, first of all, when we click on it, it's going to give us information about Adobe Photoshop. So it's telling us it's commercial, that you have to pay for it. Yeah. It's also telling us that it's available for Macintosh, for Windows, but it's not available for Linux. Okay, so it's going to give us alternatives to Photoshop. Like, for example, we've got GIMP, we've got Affinity Photo, we've got Krita. On this particular occasion, I know GIMP is an excellent alternative to Photoshop, and I strongly recommend you go for that one. But if you don't know anything about it, you don't know which alternative to go to, you've got plenty of comments in here. You might also want to do a bit of a research on Google and find out, you know, is Affinity Photo a good alternative to Photoshop? But in this case, as I'm saying, GIMP has got a lot of support, a lot of videos on YouTube, so it's a very good option. So if I go to Software Manager and I go back, I know, for example, I will look for GIMP in here. Press GIMP. And there we are. Okay, so it's just as easy as clicking on it and again just installing it. Okay, so yeah, that's all from us. We really hope you are enjoying your computer, and as I'm saying, like now, sound and video here is Spotify that I just installed. Anything you want to install, just go to Software Manager and just explore. Linux is a wonderful operating system. Just explore it. Any questions, go on to YouTube. You're going to find lots of information. Okay, all the best. Take care. Bye.